Okay, so it is finally time to begin episode P3, prologue / chapter 1, preparations. I'll start off in the announcement room.
The death of everything.
What?
But also the beginning.
What? What? No.
People have filled the world, yet turned it into a void. The only hope of salvation lies in ruin.
You are dead. You must be another one of...
You work in a zoo because that's one huge pile of shit you're pushing around. So,
what the hell?
How'd that turn out for you, Dad? It doesn't matter now that you're dead as a doornail, does it? You wanted the world destroyed, huh? Isn't that right, you worthless pest? Fine. I'll do it. This
What?
shitty world with its shitty people and shitty lives will disappear, and I'll be the only thing left. After all, if the Father's fallen into darkness, then the Son must rise. Just kidding.
Well, this is not the motivation we were led to believe.
What?
These constructs can only remain active within my red fog. Even then, they can only do so for a limited amount of time. If you have time to waste with worthless sentiment, hurry up and complete your preparations.
See, they said it.
You've got no
Preparations,
sense of
chapter
humor.
name.
Keep up your whining and I'll have to kill you too.
Such impudence. Take them. They are your pawns.
The shadows. Yep.
They're pretty well made. Fine, I've got the power I borrowed from you too. So now there's no way I could lose.
Uh-huh.
Well then, time to make like a tree and turn over a new leaf or whatever.
Jesus. The puns.
A puppet version of a puppet. I'll make sure you get the job done this time.
Oh, Minazuki keep trying to be so cool. The end.
Now let's begin. For the sake of his world.
Oh shit, anime cutscene. All the shadows. That was pretty cool looking. Meanwhile, thousands of miles away. May 5th afternoon, I'm at the Shadow Operatives lab.
I finished going through Labrys's personality module and control links.
Fukasan's voice echoes to the machinery-lined room where she works as the operator. It seems that it'll be a little more time until she'll be finished with her work.
I knew we could count on you.
I'm sorry that I asked you for such a big favor.
Oh no, I couldn't possibly stand by after something so important happened. But, is it really all right for me to be doing this? Aren't you all part of some kind of police organization now?
There's no need to be concerned. Even now that we've become the Shadow Operatives, this lab belongs solely to the Kirijo group.
Uh-huh. The Shadow Operatives. A special unit under the direct supervision of the National Police Agency organized to deal with supernatural cases that the normal police will be unable to respond to. In other words, cases dealing with shadows. This is one of the laboratories under the management of the Shadow Operatives. The purpose of this place is mainly to analyze evidence gathered in shadow-related cases, analysis of shadow matters for scientific understanding, and planning operations. Another objective is the maintenance, inspection, and service for anti-shadow weapons such as myself. Since I am a member of the Shadow Operatives and am classified as a weapon due to my mechanical nature, I periodically undergo maintenance at this facility. Directly after the inauguration of the Shadow Operatives, Mitsuru-san had a state-of-the-art packing case prepared to transport me. However, the one slumbering within this case is my sister, Labrys, the 5th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon, and our new comrade.
I finished investigating Labrys's mobility.
So I guess we're
systems.
playing
All I have to
from
do now is
Agus's
release her
point of view
OS
right
and
now.
Perform some final checks.
Thank you. How is she?
She'd sustained some heavy structural damage, so I was worried, but thankfully none were critical.
Since my sister had been forced to push herself far beyond her limit during the events of the other day, her entire body had taken serious damage. I'm glad that she's okay. Fukusan's words caused me to sigh with relief.
I see. And what did you recover from her memory?
I'm sorry. I searched through it, but I found no records that would lead to finding the one behind what happened. If we want to pursue him any further, we'll have to wait for a report from intelligence. But it seems that will still take some time.
I see.
Oh, you won't have to wait too much longer. I see Mitsuru-san tighten her fist with that quiet utterance. The culprit is someone capable of manipulating the data in my sister's memory. The possibility that they would make the mistake of leaving a trace leading to themselves is extremely low. Even when one knows the outcome, people often feel indignant when the last bit of hope is crushed. It's understandable. Our ability to find out who kidnapped my sister has been completely stymied. Steamed?
We have no clues to go.
I'm not sure.
Don't be so hasty. We might get new leads from intelligence, right?
Ever since that attempted airplane hijacking, we've learned that the Public Safety Division has been making some disquieting moves. If we don't make a move soon, there's no telling what they'll do to take advantage of the situation. We have to find a lead before
Oh no, the government's corrupt? What? What a twist! The Akiko-san has known Mitsuru-san for a long time. Mitsuru-san's expression remains stiff as he tries to console her. But that's only natural. The Shadow Operatives are still in a delicate position with regards to where we stand within the National Police Organization. As a seemingly suspicious group founded by an outsider and dealing with crimes outside the capabilities of the normal police force, we often are met with cold stares from the people who should be our fellow investigators when we're dispatched on cases. The logic of such actions eludes me, but I cannot pretend that they do not exist.
I understand how you feel, Mitsuru-san, but we must solve one problem at a time. That is why we have gathered here today.
You're right. I'm sorry. Please work with me.
I guess throwing the logic bombs at Mitsuru. Mitsuru-san implores us for assistance. Our gathering here at the lab today isn't just to hear about the results of Fukusan's test on my sister. We've come to share and review the information we have, to inspect the clues as closely as possible, to get closer to the culprit as quickly as possible.
The person behind this case first stole Labris, the 5th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon, while she was in transport.
Yes.
Why was she still around?
The hijacking of the airplane you were on was a diversion used to conceal the theft of my sister, after which she was transported to Inaba.
For whatever reason.
The hijackers were subdued and captured, but we have reason to believe that their minds were under some kind of control.
Kazusuchi's ability, I think. Those who hijacked the airplane and transported the case had no memory of taking part in the crime. They did not recognize one another, had nothing in common, and were all ordinary citizens with no prior criminal records. They did, however, all claim in their testimonies that they saw red eyes. Though their interrogations are still ongoing, it seems that it won't be long before they are released. With all these points taken into consideration, it becomes apparent that this is no ordinary crime.
The culprit waited until he arrived in Inaba to turn Labris on and fiddle with her memory. And then he threw her into the TV world, right?
Where one's heart and memories manifest themselves. As a machine, Labris was able to control these memories in great detail. In other words, the enemy used her in order to set a trap for us.
When we entered the television world in pursuit, we defeated her shadow and made indirect contact with the culprit.
That person revealed that his goal was to steal our personas by making us fight each other, which would weaken our hearts and turn our personas to shadows. Once he'd accomplished that, he would combine them all so we could have even more powerful shadows.
Everyone falls silent. The mysterious person's motive was to gather and unify shadows. This is all too similar to something that those of us gathered here will never forget. The fall.
Ikutsuki.
The culprit's speech pattern is consistent with Ikutsuki-san's mannerisms. His inability to use a persona matches him as well. But that's not possible!
That's right. We've confirmed Ikutsuki's death.
Or Maybe there's someone out there besides Akutsuki who still thinks the same way he did.
So,
Well,
in the world
we did
strive
just
for,
see
we
him
still
in the
fail.
opening cutscene, so it's not entirely impossible. But Mitsuru-san sounds as if she is in agony. Shuji Akutsuki. 3 years ago, he became fascinated with the Fall and tried to bring about the end of the world using shadows. To Mitsuru-san, he is also the adversary that robbed her of her precious father.
Yamagishi, when Labrys awakens, can you give her a summary of the case from 3 years ago? I'd like her to know what went on while she was sealed.
I understand.
Can't you just stick that data into her memory?
If we did that, it would just become a piece of data to her. She needs to be told about it in order for her mind to understand what happened.
She's human
She's
through
so
and through.
human-like.
Also, I noticed something when I was checking her memories. The makeup of Labrys's memory field is slightly different from Aigus's.
She's an earlier model, though, so
Besides
that's
the
not
memory area
surprising.
that she normally accesses, there seems to be a sub-network of some sort. She has 2 memory networks?
What?
I think it was probably used to incorporate the feedback from her sibling units, but I still don't know for sure. That's why I believe
That's
it's
weird,
safer to tell
though.
her in person.
Alright, I'll let you tell her however you see fit. Regarding Yakutsuki, I'm pressuring staff to hurry and review the information, including the newly discovered quarantine server at Ergo Research. We never knew about the server in question before now, because it had been cut off from the group's network. It most likely has information that normally would have never left Ergo Research, such as data on top-secret experiments.
Huh. Ikusuki-san could be involved in this case. Mitsuru-san's worry and irritation may be because she senses that possibility. We cannot understand the pain she must be in.
By the way, what was the logic behind that whole midnight channel thing?
It's still unknown, but we'll have to send people to Inaba again. We're going to hold a meeting at headquarters tomorrow to discuss countermeasures.
But why do you have to go to Inaba again, then? Suddenly, an alarm that notifies us of abnormalities goes off and reverberates throughout the lab. Mitsuru-san quickly uses a nearby control panel to contact the staff within the facility.
What's going on?
The surveillance system detected a rise in shadow readings. It's currently stabilizing around a level 3 alert, located in that town of Inaba.
Of course!
What?
Looks like he's shown up already. That saves us the trouble of having to puzzle this out.
Yu-san and his
It's only been
friends
a
are in
day.
danger. Mitsuru-san, please give the order to dispatch us.
Alright, we'll leave at once. Yamagishi, leave Labrys to Kikuno and accompany us.
I understand. Well then, I leave the rest to you, Kikuno-san.
Understood.
Who?
Lady Mitsuru,
She a new
everyone,
character?
Please be careful.
She could have appeared in Arena 1 story, which I haven't finished yet. One of Mitsuru-san's personal domestic assistants, or should I say maids, Kikuno-san answers. Kikuno-san and Mitsuru-san have a stronger bond than that of any ordinary servant and master, and she is another of the shadow operatives. Okay, she has a persona? Her words catch my attention for some reason. Please be careful. A very trivial expression of concern for our safety. Brushing it off as common courtesy would be simple, but I sense that she may be sensing something unusual regarding the situation that awaits us there. What could be causing this unease? Does Mitsuru-san know?
Oh, hold on, Aigus.
As I am trying to decide on whether or not to look deeper into Mitsuru-san's state of mind, Fuka-san gets up from her operator seat and beckons me over.
What is it? If we can put Labrys aside for a moment, are you going to be alright without having any maintenance done on you, Aigus? What do you mean? I read the documents on your new equipment. At first I assumed it was referring to that large gun, but it's actually... Ah, that. True. There have been no tests confirming that it is capable of being used in an actual combat situation.
That? What is
We
that?
face a powerful foe this time. Is it even possible? If even one thing were to go wrong...
Fuka-san's face clouds as she looks at me. I can't be confident that I'll be alright, and I'm unable to tell her a pleasant lie to calm her down. In any case, I only pray that a situation that requires me to use my new equipment never arises.